Shout out to season 2 for getting 10 more episodes ordered by the network. I guess because this show is such a hit, they wanted to give us more to watch. I don't know how many episodes it's in this season, but I just got word that they are adding 10 more episodes. So that's dope. We'll be able to see what has happened now, since the show essentially wrapped. Now we're getting the aftermath, because if they're giving us 10 more episodes, then they have to go back to like today and find out what's going on with everybody. And I'm guessing if they're going to start filming sometime this week, that we're probably going to get these episodes late spring, early summer. So who knows? I don't know how long this show is going to go on, but I think it would be wise for them to make sure we get these episodes while the season is still going on. But shout out to this cast. I guess you were messy enough and crazy enough that, you know, the viewers wanted more and the network heard. It's also really great for this cast because I know they gave them a bonus to film 10 additional episodes, because now this is a new contract that they have to negotiate. So shout out to them. And also I think we're going to get to see a couple that we weren't able to see, because I know there's an older woman and a younger guy. She was in season 1 and we were supposed to be getting her story, but we haven't seen any of her. So maybe that's where the 10 additional episodes is going. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what's going on with the cast today, because I've been finding out some stuff, and some stuff I try not to find out because I don't want the season spoiled for me, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be shocked every week as well. So some stuff I'm just like, you know what? I'm finding out a bit too much, so let me just pull it back. But anyway, we're going to get 10 more episodes. I'm excited to see what's happening with this crazy cast. Apparently, Tracy is on Facebook trying to sell her ring. It's a lot going on. I still don't know if Caitlyn has a kid. I still don't know if Brittany has 2 additional children. At this point, it's all just rumors. Maybe we'll find that out in the 10 additional episodes. I have no idea. But shout out again to this cast. Listen, if you're going to get on reality TV, like I say all the time, make sure it's worth your coin. And for you guys to get 10 additional episodes, it's worth the coin. Caitlyn and Matt. Caitlyn, I can't shake the fact that I think that this is going to not end well for you, because she's trying to make Matt something that he isn't. And I can already see him getting frustrated, not to mention his confessional where he looks like he's already been back out there on the streets. But this girl is just really trying her darndest to turn him into something that he is just never going to be. And one thing I can give Matt is that he's honest. He is honest about who he is. He doesn't like to work. He doesn't like people to tell him what to do. And he's going to do whatever he wants to do. And if you want to be with him, you're going to have to accept it. And Caitlyn acts like she does not hear this dude when he's like, you don't have to figure out Matt. You know who he is because he tells you who he is, and his actions shows that. But Caitlyn keeps on trying to make him into something that I never think she actually met. Because if this is the way that Matt is talking, I am convinced to believe that he was like this when they were meeting in prison. He was like this through the letters. Like, I don't think that he gave her an impression that he's anything else but who he is. And I think she wants to make him something because she's attracted to this guy. I think she's physically attracted to him. I don't think that she really knows who he is. Like, she doesn't, to be quite honest with you. But she's made him something in her mind, and she keeps on trying to make him into this mold of a man that she has fantasized about. And I'm like, girl, it's not going to happen. And he said it to your face. So I don't know why you can't hear it at this point. Oh my gosh. And I don't know if this is true, but one of you guys told me in the comment section that her mother passed away. Can y'all find out if that's the real deal? Because I just feel so bad. I'm like, Caitlyn, girl, this is an unnecessary life. It's unnecessary. And I feel so bad if her mother did pass away, because I wouldn't want her mother to have left this earth and they had unresolved issues. So I'm hoping that her mother did not actually pass, because that, like, you can't go back and fix anything. You can't go back and say what you wanted to say or get that time back in. Oh, girl, this is one of the saddest stories of the show. Aside from Tracy and Clint, I take away some of the Tracy and Clint mess because their craziness balanced the sadness. Caitlyn's story is just sad all the way through. So Matt's friend, who is lacking neck definition, it's just like a long head anyway. He tries to get Matt a job. Now, I'm going to say something, and I don't think that you guys are ready for this because I wasn't ready for it myself. I am team Matt in this situation with this ex-con construction boss. Here is why. His friend says, listen, I'm gonna introduce you to my boss. He hires ex-cons, so this might be a good fit for you. Matt shows up, very pleasant, ready to work. The guy is talking to him, and, I feel like he's killing the interview. Then the guy, in my opinion, I felt like he was trying to push his buttons. He starts talking to Matt in a way where I'm like, why are you doing this? Because now I feel like you're turning up for the cameras. First of all, he tells Matt to put this paint in a spray brush. And then he mentions that it's going to get everywhere. And you're looking at the dude. The dude is fresh to death. This is an interview. You know that this is going to get on his clothes. So he's doing some kind of test in his mind where he wants to see if Matt is going to get his clothes dirty for the job. What kind of interview is this? Like, you know what I mean? If I'm fit for the job, if you like my resume or whatever, then let's talk about me coming in for a trial session. You're not going to make me get my clothes filthy to prove to you that I really need this job. I showed up to the interview toothless. I need the job. So I just didn't understand why the guy was treating him like that. I kind of felt like this was producer prodding and that he was doing the most for camera time because it was unnecessary. Like, he switched up so quick, and I'm like, nah, some producer talked to you and say give him a hard time because he got an issue with authority. And Matt was like, listen, I just got out of prison. I would do it, but I don't have a lot of clothes and this is really it for me and I don't want to mess it up. I agree with him. Like, what if he wants to do another interview and he only has a certain amount of clothes? He can't get those clothes dirty, and the guy is like, well, I don't like your work ethic. I don't think you're serious. And it just did not make sense to me. What would have made sense is, listen, I would like to try you out. Are you ready to work today? Could you go and if you're not comfortable getting your clothes dirty, could you go and get a pair of clothes so I can see if you know how to work these things? That would make sense. Then on the spot, I'm telling you guys, I don't got no prison record, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't show up to a job if you did not ask me to show up in clothes to work in. Now, if the dude told him, show up to this job ready to work and get dirty, that's a totally different story. That did not happen, or at least we didn't see it. So I was just like, I'm team Matt on this one. The guy was being a jerk for no apparent reason than to get camera time. I didn't think that Matt did anything wrong until the end. I felt like he got way too pissed off real quickly, talking about he'll deck the dude and he'll go back to prison and it's okay because he's comfortable there. And I was just like, okay, Matt, I don't know how to help this dude. Caitlin doesn't know how to help him. His mother doesn't know how to help him. Like I said before in my previous reviews, he has not hit rock bottom, so I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know how dark it has to get for Matt. The minute I lost a tooth, okay, I would have been like, you know what? I got to do better. The minute they put handcuffs on me and was telling me that I was going to be sent away for 6 years, he's been in and out of prison since he was 18 years old. What? I don't know, he seems like such a lost case, and the Lord don't lose nobody. Jesus alone can fix it. Everybody else needs to back up because I just don't know what more Matt needs to get well. He doesn't want to. He said he loves meth. I've never heard any kind of addict say, you know what? I love a crack pipe. I can't put it down. You know what I mean? And if you leave me to myself long enough, I'm going to get that crack pipe and I'm going to live my best life. And then I'm going to go to prison and have a grand old time. He's not well, Caitlin. Girl, get out. Now let's talk about Brittany and Marcelino. And real quick, can we talk about how Marcelino was fine back in the day? He posted a picture on Instagram where he was a model for one of Missy Elliott's videos. I think it was Get Your Freak On. And that picture, I was like, Marcelino, what happened? Because that dude, it doesn't seem like it was a long time ago. What was it? When was that video? 10 years ago? It was early 2000s. It had to be 10 or 12 years ago. It couldn't have been 15 years. Even if it was 15 years, that is a huge difference. How old is Marcelino? I don't know. Something happened. Him and Clint, something happened and nobody is telling us what's going on with that dude. Because I remember that video. I remember that whole section with the models. I remember the camera scanning through all of them. I remember that video. I remember them dudes. Because let me tell you something, baby. If Twitter was back in the day, we would have searched all the models and been stalking them on Instagram and all over the place. So it wasn't that long ago, Marcelino. Something is going on, boo. Something is not right. Because not only is it a physical difference, it's a mental difference. I was just like, Marcelino, what? Like, that was you? Really? Child. Okay. Like, who knew that Marcelino could get it back in the day? Marcelino. What? You know what? Something is going on today. I don't know. Is Neptune in retrograde, whatever y'all be talking about. I don't know the stars. But I'm just like, something is happening here because I'm agreeing with people that I normally do not agree with. I'm Team Marcelino in this Brittany and Marcelino fight. Here is why. Brittany has this conversation with him, has no remorse, tells him that she has been seeing her ex for 3 weeks behind his back and is just now telling him, and then is chastising him for the reaction that he's having. I'm like, come on, ladies. Ain't no way a man could tell us he's been seeing his ex, platonic, for 3 weeks behind our back, and he's just now telling us. All the things that will run through your mind, and then you have your partner patronizing you, telling you to calm down. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. I ain't do nothing wrong. I'm telling you now, you should be happy. I was just like, you know what, Marcelino, damn near close to being basura in my book, right? But Brittany, you not right, sis. This is not right. No, I don't like how he treats you, right? But what you did to him is not cool. It's not cool. You should have been open and honest with him from the jump. The only reason why you didn't do it is because the producers told you not to. Why? Because it's good TV. And I was Team Marcelino too when he cussed some producers out. He said, y'all knew. Y'all knew this whole time. Y'all got cameras everywhere. Don't sit up there and tell me you ain't know. They did. They probably sat down with Brittany and was like, this is the story that we're going to tell. That's exactly what happens. What happens before they even start filming the show is that each producer, there's a story producer. So there's like an executive producer, which is like a creator of the show, right? And then there's a co-producer who helps out the EP of the show. Then there's a showrunner who runs the production. Then you have story producers. These producers produce storylines throughout the show. So Brittany and Marcelino had a story producer. That story producer sat down with the both of them together and heard their story. Then they sat down with them separately and said, what is the story that you want to tell for yourself? And this is the story that Brittany wanted to tell for herself. I get it. I respect it. But you cannot sit there and tell Marcelino to calm down when you just told him that not only you had an ex in prison, but that the person is out and you've been seeing them for 3 weeks as friends. How dare you? And then the fact that she was walking with him like, sit down. Why are you acting like this? I can't believe you're acting like this. And I'm like, Brittany, are you serious? If the tables was turned, sis, you probably would have been back in prison. Tell the truth and what? Shame the devil. I'm agreeing with Matt and Marcelino this episode. What the hell is going on? Scott and Lizzie. I'm going to say this. I think Scott and Lizzie is producing their own kind of storylines at this point because I think these two are the most stable couple that we have on this season. I think they're in a good place, and I think they're trying to do things for camera time because they're cool. Like, there's nothing really to film with them because they're in a good place. They don't really have any drama. Lizzie's not going back out there on the street. So I feel like every time we come back to them, their storyline is forced. Like Jasmine going off all the time. And, you know, we'll talk about this, but I just felt like this was really overly produced and it was forced because there's nothing really going on with them, and that's not a bad thing. But I guess to, you know, have enough camera time on this show, they have to make something up. But this, they didn't really have anything going on in my opinion. First of all, Scott, Lizzie, Adam, and Jasmine pull up to this church, which I just felt like, was this in the middle of a project? Because I was looking and I was like, are they going to the projects? Oh no, a church? What's going on? What neighborhood is this? What state? What city? What's going on here? Because I've never in my life seen a church in a project. So anyway, they go into this church and Lizzie decides that this is the time that she tells Jasmine that she's engaged to Scott. And Jasmine, who I guess has started going to acting classes, tries to act shocked where she's like, what? You don't know him. I was just like, oh guys, it's okay to be in a good place in your relationship because we have Tracy and Clint, Megan, Michael and Sarah, Matt and Caitlin, and then we got to come to you guys faking the funk, please. Please. So anyway, Jasmine acts like she's not with it. Adam, who whoo, that boy is mute. Like, Lizzie was trying to show him the ring, and he's just like, I just, it looks expensive. Poor thing. Poor thing. Everybody, this whole family, everybody in this family, 2 cans short of a 6-pack. Then Lizzie and Scott, they go up in front of the altar or whatever. First, there's a lot of mess going on in this church, okay, in the projects. So they go up on the altar, and Lizzie is just like, oh, okay, Scott, tell me your vows. And Scott is like, what? What is going on? He's like toothless, but he got buck teeth. It's weird. So he's like, oh, I can't really think of anything right now. So Lizzie like starts a fake argument with him. And I'm like, Lizzie, this makes no sense. You are mad at him for not knowing his vows, and he just proposed to you. Like, listen, I will say this. I thought his proposal last week was trash. I just felt like if you're going to do it, think about it a bit more. But this isn't the actual wedding. However, Lizzie had her vows ready. I was really impressed with her vows. However, she's a professional scammer. So, you know, I wasn't shocked, because a scammer does what? They always stay ready. You will never catch a good scammer slipping, because Lizzie didn't slip a beat. She was like, oh, I have my vows ready. My king, my Caucasian king, I love you. I have loved you from the day that you wrote them letters, and I couldn't get enough. And when I saw your buck teeth truck driver ragged looking behind, I knew the Lord sent you to me. I am ready to be your woman. I present to you my womb. I love you. Done. I was like, oh, go ahead, Lizzie. You've done this before, sis. Go ahead. And can we talk about how she was talking about how one of the OGs, a lifer. I'm like, what the hell did a lifer do? A woman in prison for life. She had to have killed her husband or something. Anyway, she was telling her how to scam, showing her the game, telling her what to write to these men, telling her what to say, telling her how to get $100 and then get 1,000. Lizzie spent close to $1 million on heroin in prison. What? You had at your fingertips almost $1 million, and you wasted it 10 years of your life on heroin in prison. Girl, I tell you, let me tell you something. Money, whoo, you got to be wise when you get some coins. But, you know, she didn't get it the right way anyway. But I will say this. Who was taking notes when Lizzie was telling us the tea on how to scam from the OG in prison? I'm kidding. Y'all know y'all was taking notes. I was just listening. You know what I mean? Just, you know, I took a little cliff notes like, what? A mess. Also, in the comment section below, let me know if this is the real deal. Because when Lizzie was talking to Jasmine about loving Scott and really being with him, and Jasmine was, you know, doing her whole falling apart thing, she was like, he's been helping me and supporting me for 10 years. What? Did I miss that? How did I miss that? Is that true? Has Scott been supporting Lizzie for 10 years in prison? Yo, that changes the game for me. If that's true, that changes the game for me. Scott, you've been getting scammed for 10 years? Lizzie, you've been scamming the same man for 10 years plus other men? This is like top level Fire Festival con. Like, Lizzie, girl, if you had a bit more sense, the things you could do, might be president one day. We wrap up Scott and Lizzie with Lizzie going into a confessional, which I didn't feel comfortable with. I'm not Catholic, but I just feel like, I don't know, I just felt like it was disrespectful for us to even be like listening to her confessional. Although I believe that the priest was not actually a priest, but possibly some PA or producer, whatever, like, you know, just wearing the costume, because I just don't think that an actual church would allow a real confessional to be filmed. I could be wrong, but I'm hoping that that was like faked out, because I just felt really uncomfortable with that. I was like, I shouldn't be watching this. I should not be. And first of all, her confessional, the wretchosity, okay? It was so wretched. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I have scammed men all of my life. Oh, the prayers that the Lord must hear. Just, oh, he got billions of wretched children, don't he? Tracy and Clint, the saddest and messiest couple of them all. Let me tell you something. I had to stop looking at Twitter when I was watching this show because somebody on Twitter compared Tracy and Clint to Chucky and his bride, and I have not been right ever since because I can't unsee it. So we open up with Clint meeting with his ex-wife, who's also a felon. Like, New Mexico is gangsta, okay? I was like, she's a felon too? Anyway, so they sit down and meet, and he tells her all the things that happened with Tracy, and I don't believe it. I think that Clint is telling a favorable story for him about the things that happened with him and Tracy, which is why I hope in these 10 episodes we get the real deal from Tracy. Because Tracy, you know, I don't want to call her a crackhead, but she a crackhead. You know what I mean? Crackheads don't lie. They only lie when they trying to get high. Other than that, they tell all their business. So I really want to hear what really happened, because he's saying that after they got married, she's talking about how she wants to get high. And then he goes to, while she's smoking crack, I'm laying on her lap. And then I'm picturing Clint laying on Tracy's coochie gut while she's shooting up a crack. I was, what, Clint? None of it made any sense. None of it made any sense. He even had to defend himself on Twitter, and he wrote that he never has done crack. It's not his thing, and he's not mentally challenged. I don't want to say that he's thinking that because of me. I would say he's thinking that because it just called me wild. Have I ever said that he was slow? I did say that he was childlike, but no. Put that on Wild. Don't put that on me. Wild probably like, oh, we in this together, girl. Anyway, I was just like, ooh, somebody watch a review. But he does give me, listen, Clint, you are a nice guy, right? But you 37 years old and you are serving Sesame Street, bro. It is something not quite right, okay? You are giving off the Disney Channel, like at 37, something ain't connected. And maybe it's the fact that your parents never let you grow up. Maybe that's what it is. I was thinking that maybe it's a chemical imbalance. You know, maybe you were left in a womb too long. I don't know what it is, but you give off toddler. So we need to talk about that. And it could be the parents' fault. It could be that it could be that they stunted you by taking care of you so much that you have not yet evolved from being a teen. Like, you're still a preteen in mind, not in body, but in situation, because everybody has taken care of you. Even the ex-wife. Like, he's sitting talking to his ex-wife like a little kid, and he's like, well, she smoked crack and I sat on her lap. Yeah. 37, then had 2 wives and possibly children. Ladies, love yourself. Love yourself. You can't be letting anything in your body. Like, come on. We got options. I'm not slow. I never did crack. Then what the hell is going on? Tell America, because we all see the same thing. Everybody collectively, my reviews, other reviews, Twitter, the comment section, everybody is saying that something is up with Clint. So can you tell me, Clint, is all of America wrong? What are these scars for? Because doesn't he has scars on his face like, seriously, I'm from the city of Philadelphia. I know what a heroin addict look like, especially a Caucasian one, okay? And he gives me South Philadelphia crackhead. Tracy gives me Northeast crackhead, like Northeast Philly crackhead. Those are the kind of crackheads that can, smoke crack but still go to work at Walmart and beat you up at the same time. Like, she gives me that. Clint, South Philly. And so let's break down his story, because it's still like, I'm still thinking about it and it doesn't make sense to me. He says that he gave Tracy crack, okay? Or she got it from somewhere. While he's laying on a coochie gut, she's, shooting up crack. Then like 3 hours later, she says she wants more crack. He gets annoyed. He takes a walk. He leaves his wallet. He leaves his car keys, and he leaves his cell phone. Comes back. Tracy has left her ring, left her hologram Charlotte Russe shoes. She's also taken, I think he had $300, and she took $100 and left him with $200. She also took the car, and she also took his cell phone. What? It doesn't add up to me. You mean to tell me You left a known crackhead. Since you know so much about crack and you would never do it and you're telling your mama your new wife is a crackhead, since you know so much about it, why are you leaving a crackhead who is tweaking with your cell phone, your car keys, your wallet open, all your debit cards and all of that stuff, and all that stuff you're leaving her with, and you're leaving the hotel room, and you're taking a walk in downtown, what is it, Houston, Texas, at 4:30 a.m.? Clint, what I really think happened is that he left to score his new bride some more crack. He took too long scoring the crack. She got antsy and went and got her own crack and never came back. That's what happened, Clint. That's what happened. Clint provided her the crack both times. Maybe he didn't smoke the whole thing, but Clint, you had to do something. What is going on? Because when we went into the room the first time that Tracy disappeared, he was, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, what's that? Why are you saying that? Then he's not really wanting to say what's happening, so he goes on the phone with his mom. Now he's sitting down with his ex-wife, telling her a completely different story. So you're not doing crack, then what are you doing? If you're not doing crack, then you are providing crack to a woman so that she can stay with you? So the only way your goddess will stay with you is if you're providing her with crack. What were you giving her when she was in prison? Were you doing a Scott? Were you pulling a Scott? These men, I tell you, the prisoners, something is wrong with the prisoners. They're sick, right? Because they keep on going back to prison for whatever reason, whether it be drugs or something that happened in their past. They keep on sending them back, right? The people who supported them, that now want something from them, that they're out of prison, they're even more messed up. Watching this show, I've been more concerned about the prisoners around these civilians that they have been booed up with by way of letters than I had for the freaking civilians. And I came into this being very cautious for the people who are dating these prisoners, especially when we hear the crimes that they have committed and why they are in prison. I have totally switched up now. I'm looking at these prisoners like, please get away from these crazy civilians. Something is wrong with them. Y'all were in prison. They need to be in therapy. Ayanna Van Zandt, let me tell you something, WeTV. You did a crossover with the Braxton family. You need to get Ayanna Van Zandt and have her sit down with each and every couple. That would be some good TV. Oh, her and Matt would get into it, baby. Ratings gold, WeTV. You don't even got to pay me for this. Let me stop lying. You won't give me a coin for my idea. I know better. And whoever got a problem with this fan, let me tell you something. This is not vanity. These lights are hot. If you got a problem with the fan and you want me to stop using the fan, please donate to Nikki Star TV so I can get an air conditioner in this damn room. Thank you. Don't complain. Be a part of fixing the problem. I'm on one a day. I'm detoxing, so I feel like all my sensors have left me with this damn detox. Pray for me, y'all. Keep me in your prayers. I agree with Clint when he said that Tracy was thoughtful. Because she could have took her hologram Charlotte Russe Hills and sold them. She could have taken all his money. She could have taken his debit cards. Because if he's given her his debit card and his credit card, she knows the code to everything. She could have done that as well. And she could have taken the ring. But somehow she got the ring back because she's pawning it on Facebook. Or maybe it's a knockoff ring. I don't know. It's some mess. She is messy on that Facebook. Just like Tracy, girl, get well. You on a TV show, sis. This is an opportunity for you to get healed. Anyway, I do agree. She was thoughtful. She could have taken everything. But, you know, our crackhead goddess left something because she still has a heart. And we love a body positivity crackhead goddess. Yes, we do. Can we talk about Clint's parents' home? I was looking at that home and I was like, Clint, what happened? How do you come from this? He has very successful parents who have their own business. They're living in a lap of luxury. Okay, for New Mexico, this is nice. Okay, how did Clint turn out like this? What happened? Let me leave this man alone because I don't want to tear nobody down. I'm trying to do better in 2019, but something isn't adding up. And I hope and pray in these 10 episodes, we really figure out what's going on with him. Sit that mother down and let's get some confessionals with her, because you keep the camera on her long enough, she start telling the tea. And the dad is fed up. Let's hear from him as well. What's really going on? How did your son turn out like this? Is he the only child? maybe that's it. He's the only child. He's probably a miracle baby. So they just let him do whatever he wants. I have a friend that has a miracle baby. And let me tell you something. Woo! That kid can do whatever the hell it wants. And because the child is a miracle baby, don't nobody say nothing. But I'm just like, ain't nothing wrong. I was about to say tapping the legs of a miracle baby. But seriously, ain't nothing wrong with saying no. You know what I mean? Maybe that's it. Is Clint a miracle baby? Look at me starting conspiracies. Clint is back home and he's talking to his mom. And while he's talking to his mom, who gives him some wisdom and advice from Dr. Phil. And I was like, you know what? You look like the type. You look like the type who not only watches Dr. Phil, if you have a meeting during the time that he comes on, you DVR that and you come back home and you watch it. You look like a Dr. Phil viewer. Anyway, while he's talking to her, he gets a call from his ex-wife because I guess somebody from prison called the job looking for Clint and he wasn't there. So she knew to ask for the ex-wife and she was walking out the door. So anyway, long story short, we find out that it's Tracy and she's back in jail. And honestly, I'm happy for her because it's sad to say, but I feel like people like Matt and Tracy, I feel like they need structure, forced structure. And if they don't have it, they just go berserk. So I'm just like, I can't believe it. When I heard that she was back in prison, I felt relieved. And Clint is still sprung on his goddess. He is not letting that girl go. Tracy, what you put on him? What did you put on him? Girl, crackhead coochie is powerful. Stop. What is wrong with me? It's the detox, guys. It's the detox. I will say this. I honestly think, and WeTV, y'all wrong if this is true. I think that WeTV got her locked up. I promise you, because ain't no way WeTV was paying what, $23,000 or $22,000 for that vehicle that she stole and smoked up. Okay, I think they pressed charges and got Tracy locked up. This way, they probably get her for a smaller contract. You know what I mean? She probably gonna be working for free in the next 10 episodes to work off what she owed them. Here's what I think happened. I think they probably reported the car stolen, pressed charges against Tracy, and they reported the stolen car to the insurance that they got when they rented the rental car. That's what I think happened. This way, they pay absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? The car is now lost in the insurance damages. They don't have to pay anything because they already had insurance on it. So everybody is covered. Everybody is cool. The only person that's suffering from them is Tracy. But listen, you shouldn't have stole the car for crack. You are the dare generation. McGruff would be so disappointed. Let's end it with this messy throuple. Sarah, Megan, and Michael. Lord. So it's the next day. The day after Megan's defloweration. First of all, Megan looks tired, okay? She looked like Michael worked her, okay? Like the wig is twisted, glasses are foggy. You know, she just looks winded. And the way Michael was talking about the things he did to her, I was like, you know what? This is too much information, but I was just giggling, okay? It was like, I can't even say what he said that he did to her, but I'm just like, Megan, girl, mother got that prison roughneck sex, okay? On your first time, he was doing all kinds of, he was like, yeah, we was trying new things. I'm like, wait a minute, Megan, did you wear them church shoes? You know she had them big block heels still on. Did the wig come off? Something happened to the wig because the wig was twisted. And she was happy as a clam the next day too. I was like, okay. No, you didn't let that little stud twist you all around in that hotel. Give these producers an Emmy. And then we get this confessional where Megan is talking about how her classes came in handy. And then we get a flashback to when she was on that chair in them church shoes with that greasy side bang, twerking it up, getting prepared to put it on Michael. I was like, I love these shady editors. These editors are as shady as the Bravo editors for all them Housewives reality TV shows. They are so shady, and these editors are right up there with them. I love it. I love a messy show. Listen, this is what we come here for. Trainwreck TV. Give it to me, baby. And then Megan, no longer a virgin, but still very gullible. She's over here rubbing Michael's toddler braids, and she's just like, how does it feel to have sex for the first time after being locked up for 2 years? And I'm like, girl, see, you know what? A wise woman would already know that he done tapped something. Remember that guy? I forget his name, but he looks like a tall leprechaun. He's a dude from season 1. He's like just all kinds of redhead dude, right? Who he looks like he could be cute if he wasn't so slow. Just like, ooh, the education system failed you. Anyway, he was talking about how he had sex with the lunch lady in prison. And I'm like, you cannot tell me that Michael wasn't banging something. He also was banging Sarah, eating her coochie. Remember he talked about that? He wanted to eat some coochie. I was just like, oh my gosh. And Sarah was so happy. She's like, my kid gonna eat some coochie. Anyway, I'm just like, Megan, you couldn't reach him when he first got out of prison. He wasn't answering your calls. You really think that you are the first womb he put little Michael in? Girl, I will say this though. I think, guys, don't throw tomatoes at me. I think he really cares for her. But I think this is what it is. I think Michael is really into Megan because Megan to him is a good girl. You know what I mean? She is very naive and innocent in a lot of ways to him. She has society's perceived notion of innocence, and she doesn't really know the game. She hasn't been with a lot of guys, so she doesn't really understand how the game works or when or if she's getting played. Like, she doesn't really get it. So he can do things to her that she won't perceive as being deceitful or being taken advantage of. And he can introduce her to things and look like a king to her because she's never done these things. And I also feel like he likes how she looks at him because within her innocence, he feels some kind of innocent, or I feel like he feels like with Megan, he gets a do-over. So everything that he probably did wrong, he gets a chance to do it right with somebody who doesn't know any better. That's what I think it is. He gets to live just a new life without, sad to say, his daughter or his wife or his friends. He gets to just be in this Disneyland with her, and it's all rainbows and birds chirping. It's not really reality. And I think with the both of them, they're living in like this fake bubble. And I think that Michael knows it's not real, but for the time being, he likes the world that he can create with her. That's what I think it is. I still think he's selfish. I still think he's basura, but I think that the feelings that he has for Megan, although self-serving, are real. And in his mind, I think he thinks he has pure intentions. Because when he was talking about proposing to Megan, Sarah's husband was in a hotel room banging down another woman in church shoes and a Brazilian wet and wavy wig, okay? While she's trying to reach him. Then the next day, still hasn't called his wife, going to Niagara Falls, telling the producers that he wants to propose to another woman. Yes, Sarah's husband, out there in Niagara Falls living all kinds of foul. Ugh, basura. Sarah is sitting there with her feet up on that bachelor pad couch. I was just like, is this Michael's place too? Is everything Michael's? Like, y'all still living off of that drug money, that carjacking money? See, this is the thing. I feel bad for Sarah. I don't like what Michael was doing to her, but I'm just like, were you a trap queen? Were you a trap queen, Sarah? I feel like Sarah was a trap queen because all of the stuff that she has is Michael's. That was his car. That house looked like a young black man's house. I'm sorry. Have you seen a young black man's house? Especially a young man, period. It's always that black leather bachelor pad couch, one little coffee table, and one picture. in the whole damn apartment, okay? So that's probably Michael's place too. Sarah was probably a trap queen. I feel just a little bit bad for you. Not as bad as I used to feel, because you know when you give me trap queen tease. Anyway, Sarah is sitting there calling her husband, trying to find him, while Megan is sitting down with her twisted Brazilian yaki wig, feeding Michael to replenish him because he gave out so much, trying to make her gush. Or what did he say? Gusher? He gonna make her gush? Whatever. I don't even want to rethink that. Whatever he said. Sarah's husband. Child. And I went to her Twitter. She messy. She is messy. And she tweets in her black scent. This is a good season. Oh, Sarah, trap queen Sarah, texts Michael and lets him know that his PO is looking for him. I don't believe it. I just think that Sarah is being messy and she wants to know where her husband is. He's not responding to her texts or her calls. I think rather than use her child to get him back, she's going to use his PO, because she know one or the other will work. Either it's Ariana or it's his PO, because he don't want to go back to prison, although he's back in there anyway. I think that she made that PO story up, but we won't find out till next week. But I just think that that's something that trap queen Sarah would do. You know what I mean? Because it's probably worked before. Oh, your PO was checking for you. He runs home like, oh, where my PO-ish? Do I need to call him? No, I was looking for you. Where was you at? Because Day and then was looking for you. Michael then lets Megan know that he has to leave. And I do feel bad for her. I do feel bad. That's the thing. Megan gets on my nerves sometimes because I think that she's very bratty and she's disrespectful to the people that really care for her. She's so naive to the point where she's just stubborn. But I did feel bad for her. You know what I mean? Like she just, you know, gave herself to a man that she's in love with. And they had a beautiful day at Niagara Falls. And he's telling her that they're going to have an even better night. She's thinking she's going to get proposed to. And he tells her that he has to leave. I felt bad. And our girl was doing all of this crying. First of all, when he said he had to leave, and he put his arms around her and she started crying like she was at Medea's family reunion with all that Black Baptist funeral crying. I was like, oh, girl. Like, just out of it. I was like, oh, Megan. Oh, he got you. Girl, not only does he have your womb, he got your heart. Megan is gone. This show, I mean, we got some top of the line scammers. Lizzie and Michael. Whoo! If they come together and teach like a scamming seminar, it will sell out. It will sell out. Anyway, so that's where the episode ends. It felt like more of a filler episode to me. I felt like it was more of an episode to continue the storyline for something bigger that's coming up. I didn't dislike it. You know what I mean? I don't think it was as nail-biting as the previous episode, but you know, it was good. It gave me something. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next week for the following episode of Love After Lockup. Thank you guys so much for all the love that you are showing me on my reviews. I totally appreciate it. It makes a sister feel good to know that you guys like the content that I'm creating. And if you want to see anything else, you want me to do another show, or just any other topic you want me to talk about, let me know in the comment section below. Or you can hit me up on Instagram. It's going to be somewhere in this video, or on Twitter. Let us just know what you would like to see on this channel. Thanks again for all the love. I truly appreciate it. See you next week. Love ya.